All right, going live. All right, it says you're live. Hopefully I'm really live, guys. How's it going? Happy Friday, everyone. How you guys doing tonight? Let's see who's here. We have Mateo1371. What's up, man? KGAD LC. How's it going, dude? We have Dave. What's up, Cave? Nice to see you, man. Bastard, what's happening? It's good to be Friday, isn't it? It's been a long, hard week like usual. Lots of work to do. But hey, you know what? It finally hasn't rained this week, guys. So was able to get quite a bit of work done and worked extra hard to try to get caught up. So no rain. I'm kind of happy. But we're going to talk about, some Tokarevs and Yugo stuff in a minute. But I need to complain to you guys real quick. I got a big problem right now that's really driving me crazy. And as you guys know, I'm all about drinking my iced tea, my unsweetened iced tea. And if you've noticed in the past, there's a particular brand that I like, and it's called Straight Up Tea. Now, I had never even heard of this stuff till sometime maybe 6 to 8 months ago. The local Walmart started carrying it, and the tea's freaking awesome. I know, like, tea's kind of tea, but, different types of tea are a little bit different. So Walmart just won't carry the Straight Up tea. So I'm stuck with this here, the Golden Peak, which is okay. I've almost killed this bottle off. Finish that real quick. Or this Lepton, which, again, it's okay, but I just really wish Walmart would get back my tea that I really like. So, anyways, that's my problem I have right now. They will not get my favorite tea in stock. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I've been able to get it. But this will do for now. Anyways, so I don't know if you guys have noticed, but just recently, Classic put this particular gun on sale, and this is the Zastava M70. So I thought I'd show this to you guys again in case you're thinking about getting one. Maybe want to know a little bit more about it, or just take a little look at it. So these are pretty cool guns. I bought this one, I don't even know now, probably sometime last winter or late fall. Bought this directly from R Guns, who's the importer of these. So these are made in Yugoslavia. And we can see the roll mark here, the R Guns. There we go. R Guns, Carpenterville, Illinois. Now, Classic's also selling these. And I would note that the ones Classic's selling, from what I understand, are from the same importer, R Guns. So you're basically going to get probably the same gun. It just depends, what company you'd like to go through, or what the price is. Now, when R Guns was selling these, and I think they still are, you got a package. You got this basically brand new, unissued, surplus M70. There we go. Krivina Zastava, Cal, 7.65 millimeter. Now, remember, real quick, when we say 7.65 millimeter, that's the way the rest of the world says 32 ACP. So just keep in mind, 7.65 millimeter or 7.65 Browning, that's a 32. So you got the gun, which is basically unissued. You can get it with it comes with 2 magazines and basically a brand new holster. That's the whole package. Now, a short time ago, I saw Classic also had the same package. So I got one from R Guns, which is this one. And then I also got one from Classic, which I'll show you guys. And the cool thing right now is Classic has just a gun with 1 mag. So it's going to be not quite the deluxe package, but kind of a, little starter set here. You can get this for $180. I think the sale's still going on for a couple more days. So just keep in mind here, this is a budget pistol we're talking about here. $180 is a lot of money, but not a lot compared to what most guns go for, right? So that's what we'll be talking about here in 1 second. Looks like some new people popped in here. Yeah, Mateo, good point. Try to brew my own. I did. I bought a box of that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's called like Louisiana or Lausanne tea. Said that it's kind of like an iced tea that you brew. So I'm going to see how that works out. But yeah, man, it sucks. I wish I could just get that Straight Up tea again from Walmart like they used to have, But anyways, Will G, how's it going, man? I don't know how much weight I've lost. I think I have lost a little. I've been really trying to eat a lot healthier lately and, you know, watch the junk food, ignore the fast food, get rid of the carbs. And I drink a lot of water during the day, but I don't like to just drink water. It gets kind of boring. So I've really been trying to stick to the iced tea, you know, the unsweetened kind, because it's kind of scary when you read like a sweet bottle of Lipton, how many grams of sugar it has in there. I was doing the math the other day, and it's something like 10 or 12 teaspoons of sugar they'll put in just one thing. Now, everyone's metabolism's different. You know, you guys know what you can and can't handle. But, man, all that sugar, I think, really does kind of pack on the weight. So I appreciate it, man. I've been trying a little bit here and, you know, trying to be a little healthier. And, you know, Francis P., how's it going, man? Do I plan on buying any guns from Zastava Arms USA? Maybe, but I'm going to show you guys some of these Zastava guns here that are still available on the surplus market right now. And I would note quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the counterparts that, you know, Zastava USA is currently selling. So you guys can make up your mind. But I think right now, while they're going still good on some of these Yugo surplus guns, I'd buy the surplus. And I'll show you guys a few examples in a minute here, you know. So... how's it going, Ninja Scout? Good to have you, man. Stephen Kennedy, what's happening? We've got Richard Hughes. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Richard? Nice to see you, man. Just saw you, I think it was yesterday in the Hank Strange chat. Good chat, by the way, guys. I'm sure everyone here has heard of him, but I always like the Hank Strange chat. You know, heck of a guy, and he's always got good people on his panel, and good time over there. That's one of the reasons, too. You know, I work till late, but I also like starting a little later on a Thursday because I don't want to stream the same time as Hank, because I know a lot of you guys like to watch his stuff. And if I'm not right, you know, in the middle of working, I frequently watch and enjoy it myself. So, Hank who, LOL. Yeah. He's just a little bit bigger than me, guys. So, if you haven't heard of him, go look him up. Hank Strange. Richard Hughes, frequent guest on there. Richard Hughes also has a nice channel, by the way, guys. If you're not familiar, go check it out. He's got a website and everything. So, let's see here. Seth's here. What's happening, Seth? You didn't miss a whole lot except for me ranting about how Walmart got rid of my favorite brand of iced tea. So, nothing too much yet. Just kind of showing you guys a little bit about the Zastava M70 pistol. 765 by 17 SR is what Bastard said. So if you guys want to get technical on the cartridge, that's probably what it is. I'm not familiar with that, but I have no doubt that Bastard knows what he's talking about. So, so anyways, yeah, these are pretty cool, guys. It's kind of like a Tokarev, if you will. What I call these is the micro Tokarevs. So when I'm looking at Yugo guns, I kind of separate them just real briefly, you know, in layman's terms, into kind of like, you know, three little categories. So I would call this a full-size Yugo Tokarev. This is the Zastava model M70. M57 and 7.62 by 25. This is what I call the full-size service model, right? Tokarev design pistol. Then we have what I call the mini Tokarev. So this is a little bit smaller. This particular one's chambered in 9mm. This is your M88A. These have been available in new production as well as surplus over the years. 9mm, and if you look, it's substantially smaller than the 7.62 by 25 M57. You know, we're saving well over an inch on the barrel length. We're also saving over half an inch to 3/4 of an inch on the grip. So this falls somewhere in the middle. Maybe, you know, a commander size Tokarev. And then we have the micro Tokarev, which is this M70. Chambered in 32 ACP or 7.65. And these are good little guns, guys. Not a lot of recoil. The gun's fairly weighty and heavy duty for what it is. You know, milled construction, cold hammer forged barrel, all the stuff you'd expect from a normal, you know, military arsenal gun. So I would say, you know, don't let the $180 fool you. I think these are actually These are quality pistols, if that's your thing, you know. If you like the 32, if you like something that's maybe, you know, a little less recoil, maybe something that's, you know, a little more concealable, these are pretty cool. And I would say, you know, maybe something that a lot of people are taking for granted right now because they're so cheap. But once they dry up, you'd probably be hard-pressed to find something like this for sub $200, you know? So I just thought I'd show it to you. A lot of people are talking about this gun lately. There certainly is a good price point for it right now. Ninja Scout, are those pearl grips? No, they're polymer grips. They're, you know, simulated pearl, if you will, but I think they look kind of cool. So yeah, that's the cool thing with the Yugos too. You'll find some kind of neat little variants where they were dressed up, you know, in different ways, whether it be the grips or the chrome or all those types of things. It's kind of fun to collect these little guns, and they're not really that expensive either. Francis is asking me, based on my experience, should I buy a Russian TT-33 for $700 or stick with the Romanian for $220? Man, you know what my answer is. It's actually both, right? But you didn't ask me that, so. Oh, man. The Romanians for $220, awesome deal. Really, because they're really a Russian clone, and there's not going to be a lot of difference as far as functionality, the way the weapon operates, shoots, and even looks. And hold on, since it's convenient here, I actually have a Romanian sitting right over here. So give me 1 second. I'll show you guys the Romanian that Francis is talking about. So here's the Romanian. This is more of a true to form TT-33 Russian type clone. Whereas, you know, we call these Tokarevs, but these aren't really clones. They're a little bit different. The Yugos have a different way that the recoil spring is captured and works. And they also notably hold an extra round and have a longer grip frame. So, not exactly clones. I consider the Yugo variant to be more of a variant instead of an actual clone. But the Romanian and the Russian. So, now we're basically talking about the same gun, right? So here's what I would recommend to Francis or anyone else. If you just want to have a Tokarev, and it's not that important to you, but you just want to have one and have one that's kind of true to the original form, or if you just want a shooter, I'd probably say get the Romy. $220. You're going to expect the fit and finish to be probably just as good, if not, in even some cases better than the Russians, due to the fact that this current batch here, this is from a recent import. It either looks kind of like unissued or very lightly used. Possibly, you know, unissued after re-arsenal, which is common with Comblock stuff. So if you're going to shoot it or you just want to have one in the pattern, go for it. But if you really, really like the Tokarev and you're really into Comblock guns, I'm going to say get the Russian. Why? Well, the Russian ones have actually been banned from import for quite a while due to different agreements that we've made. I don't know if treaty or armistice is the right word, but we've made agreements, small arms agreements with Russia and other countries over the years where we said, look, it's not, you know, necessarily a sanction, but we're just going to ban certain aspects of guns getting shipped in. And the fact is, we haven't had any Russian Tokarevs in a long time. I don't know if, and probably most likely, we never will get any more Russians in. So Russia invented the firearm. Russia is always kind of the king or the pinnacle of all these Comblock countries when it comes to collecting. They're probably only going to go up. I think these will also go up. Don't get me wrong, but there's just a lot more Romanians in the country. They've been available for cheap for quite a while now. Still a great investment. $220. I don't know how you could go wrong long term. But there's only one Russian. There's only ever going to be one Russian, the inventor of the gun. So, yeah. With that said, if you're serious about the Tokarev or serious into, you know, Comblock stuff, get the Russian. You won't regret it. Buy once, cry once. But I really couldn't knock anyone for wanting one of these either. You guys know what I'm saying, right? I mean, for $220, this is a nice firearm. It really is. Like I said, to the, you know, again, all steel construction. cold hammer forged barrel, heavy duty, military grade, you know. So, yeah, great guns no matter how you go. So hopefully that answered your question, Francis. I think I wanted to answer the question more broadly for whoever else is kind of pondering the Tokarev or just getting into it. But I think I know you well enough that you're kind of really into them and you like the Tokarevs a lot. So for you specifically, get the Russian. That's what I would say. If there's anything Russian you guys want, get it while you still can because the prices just seem to keep going up. Not trying to panic you or nothing. I mean, the time to panic over Russian stuff's already passed. They've already basically sanctioned and banned most of it, and it just seems like it's all going to keep going up, you know? Which sucks. It really does. Brastard had to weld up the sear on his Romanian Tokarev to get it to work. And that's a good point he brings up. You know, these are usually pretty good guns. It sounds like the one you got wasn't quite so much, but it's always a risk when you buy a surplus. And if you guys have been at surplus guns for a while, you'll know what I mean. It's always this up and down thing. You'll get one where you feel like you won the lotto and you just can't even believe how nice it was. And that's kind of how I felt about this one. I was surprised how nice this Romanian is, really. But I bought plenty of them where I just hang my head and I'm like, oh, man. Jeez, oh, Pete, this sucks. This is going to take a lot of work or it's never going to be quite right. So I guess that's, you know, kind of the downsides of mil-serp collecting. And it's kind of the thrill, too, if you think about it. Because you're kind of like anticipating what you're going to get. And I guess it's a little exciting, you know. Especially when you hit good and you get something that's much better than you ever hoped it would be. Brastard saying, and the sights were ground all crooked, so I had to weld them up and recut. Man alive. That sucks. Good thing you're handy, man. I mean, this gun looks, you know, this gun looks pretty good, though. If you look at the sights on this one, I mean, they're pretty nice. In fact, I don't really see much signs of wear anywhere on here. Matching numbers. 1953. How many of you guys have Romanian Tokarevs, by the way? And if you do, how many of you guys have 1953s? Because over the years, I've bought like 3 of these now. And for some reason, all of them are 1953. I've seen other friends that have them. Theirs are 1953. So I know they made them for several years, but it seems like 1953 seems to be where most of them fall in. So I'm just curious, guys, if you have one, let me know what year yours was made. 1953 or do I just get lucky and get all of those from that year? Francis says, I'll try to get them both. Also remember the VRA agreement banned 7.62 by 25 ammo coming from Russia as well. Good point. Good point. A lot of the ammo went way up in price because of that. Yep, you're right, man. Cassidy Crawford, how's it going? Got one at a gun show. Love it. Cool, cool. Is yours a Romanian? And if it is, what year is it? Ninja Scout says, all I've seen is 1953. Brastard says they are all 1953. I thought I remembered somebody. I'll have to go look back. It might have been in a Mishiko video or somewhere else. I thought I saw somebody say they maybe had a 1954. But if they're all 53s, I would believe that because that's pretty much the only one I've ever seen. But I think on paper they made them for more than 1 year, didn't they? Let me know, Brastard, if I'm wrong on that. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe they supposedly made them for at least a few years. Yeah, Mateo brings up a good point. We have the same thing here. You know, I wish my gun show would let you carry. Find it bizarre they won't let you. Mine's the same way. You can kind of carry, but you have to go in there, and in one of those bullet traps, they make you show clear, dry fire into it, take the mag out, and then they run a zip tie, you know, say up through the mag well and through the action sticking out, and they'll let you carry it like that. But you can't have any ammo on you, so it's kind of like, I guess you could carry it just for a showpiece, but you're not allowed to carry a functional gun at any of the gun shows I've been to. So, yeah. Limber Johnson, what's happening? Still on the fence about getting one of those handguns. Which one are you thinking about, the Yugos or the Romanians? I will say, if you're into Tokarevs, guys, there's really never been a better time than now. I mean, there's some good deals on these. Like years ago, I would have died for all these Tokarevs for this price. Now they've come and gone. Don't get me wrong, but man, there's some nice ones right now. How about those ones at Classic where instead of having the, the safety where it be, because these guns never originally had a safety, where they have the trigger dingus safeties? Those are awesome. Those are awesome, right? I might have one of those right here, guys. Well, I sure thought I did. In my other box, I thought it'd be Tokarev's, but yeah, go check it out if you guys know what I'm talking about. They didn't cut any holes in the frame of the gun. They literally did like a Glock style dingus, if you would, to get around having to modify the actual firearm itself, which is pretty cool. Because these safeties are only needed for import reasons, guys, to get them in the country. Once they come here, you don't legally have to have this. So if they put it in the trigger, you could source yourself a normal, unadulterated trigger, right? And you could take the one with the dingus safety out, put the new trigger in. This is easy to do on a Tokarev. And then you'd have one that pretty much looks legit, just like it came over from the old country, So that's pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. Cassidy has a Romanian, and it's the farm right now. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm often at 2 different places, too, and don't have all my guns with me either, so I get it. It's hard to carry them all around at once you get more than a couple, right? Tim 18 Wheels, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Hello. Bastard, good point, man. That may be true. He says maybe they just didn't change the date on the die. That is actually possible. It is. It really, really is. Francis says Colorado Gun Cells has Romanian TT33 and they're 51 to 57. Okay. Ninja Scout's going to get a CNR soon. That's awesome. That's awesome. Bastard, good point, man. He said there's a surprising number of negligent discharges at gun shows. Yeah. What's happening, man? The holster guru is in the house. Lehman Russ. You guys seen his holsters he's working on? Man, I went over there and I know I left you some praise in the comments, man, but let me do it again. Lehman makes a heck of a holster, guys. It's not just that he makes a leather holster, which he does a good job of it. He really does. But what's cool is Lehman's an artist, If you've ever seen his pottery and all that, and he actually puts some art and some thought and some care into his holsters. And, the last one I saw him making, that was a nice one, that 1911. He put some real nice designs in it and all that. So good job, Lehman. And I don't want to give you too much of a shout out because I don't know where you're at in your business, if you're taking orders or not. So let me know, man. I mean, if Lehman's taking orders, guys, I'd recommend getting in line. His holsters are awesome looking. If he's not taking orders, sorry, Lehman, I don't want to overwhelm you, but you know what I'm saying. I know what it's like starting a small business because I've started a business myself. So your worst fear is not having enough work, but your second worst scenario is when you have so much, you're overwhelmed. So anyways, I don't know where he's at on his workload, but yeah, good job, Lehman. Yeah, it is crazy, Braster, what you were saying earlier about these negligent discharges at gun shows. Man, you'd think that you get that many gun guys together, everyone's going to be, on the up and up and not having negligent discharges and knowing what they're doing. But yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? Which sucks. I mean, gun people are just people too. You've got responsible ones, irresponsible ones that know how to keep their finger off the trigger, and ones that don't, right? I guess that's what it really comes down to in the end. So, yeah. So, yeah, we got the Romanians. These guys right here, $180, little 32 ACP. Kind of a pea shooter in a way, but hey, I like the 32. Do any of you guys like the little, I guess you call them mouse gun rounds in a way, There's just something about it. All right, guys, Lehman's giving you a way to reach out there. Looks like he's taking orders. Yeah, next time I catch up to you, Lehman, I may put an order in myself. I think one of these nice Tokarevs or something like that might deserve a good holster. G2C or, G2C would be cool, but after seeing your last holster, your holster kind of almost seems too classy for a G2C. What do you think, man? I don't know. So anyways, the cool thing is, like I said, all these Tokarevs, guys, are available right now. So these M88As, these at the moment are like maybe $219. I just saw these dip on sale about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was. These were sub $200. Now, they're totally different guns in one manner, but they kind of, sort of, if you guys follow me here, you can rip me to shreds on this analogy. I won't care. But it kind of reminds me of the Star BM in a way. Now, it doesn't look like it or anything like that, but you've got two service pistols, both single action, both 9mm, both all steel, both manufactured in the same type of time frame. You know, these were manufactured, say, the 80s into the 90s. These were manufactured from the early 70s to the early 90s. Both have a decent amount of weight to them. They both feel substantial. I would note this M88A is a little bit lighter, noticeably lighter than the Star BM 9mm. But where they're kind of alike is, again, single actions, both hold around the same amount of rounds. And they both just feel like, you know, their quality more than what their price reflects. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guns and all these Tokarevs I'm showing you, it's like when you get it and you bring it home, you just feel like you have kind of a piece of old world, you know, craftsmanship in your hand. Do any of you guys feel the same way? And look, that doesn't have to be your thing, guys. If you don't like these kind of guns, look, don't get one. But if you've ever kind of had that little milsurp itch, or thought maybe, you know, the polymer guns are awesome. And look, this gun's really comfortable in my hand. I went out and did some shooting videos with this. So you guys will have the chance to make fun of the way I shoot if you want. It'll be coming soon. But I did do, for all of you that are curious, there's shooting updates running like 4 different types of mags, 4 different types of ammo, of me actually on film popping some rounds off. So you'll see this soon. And this gun's a pleasure to shoot. So I don't only like these old steel, you know, Comblock guns, but there's just something nice about them. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty cool. Let's see what we got going on here. Mateo says, I blame the fact that the gun safety is not pushed enough while gun ignorance is promoted. That's true. We were just talking about an old TV show in another chat we were both part of. And yeah, it does seem like there's been a lot of stuff on TV and the movies over the years that show like some trigger-happy cop that almost shoots his leg off every time he draws the gun. You know what I'm saying? It's just been that way for a long time, guys. Let's see here. Stephen Kennedy owns a couple 380s. So do I, man. I own a couple. Hey, my deep concealment, which is sometimes my backup, and in certain circumstances, doing my work where I have to make sure the gun doesn't pop out and show itself, I carry a Cal-Tech 380, guys, a P3AT. And it's either my backup gun or in some cases my primary gun. Why? Because it's so teeny that I can conceal it in areas sometimes where I need to keep it concealed deep, right? And if there's no other gun that can conceal appropriately, you know, sharp stick, 380, I'll take the 380 all day. Am I going to tell you guys it's the best round ever? No, but I feel well protected with it. I do. So I got you. I got you, Steven. He's got the SIG P250 subcompact in 380 and a Beretta Pico. Let's see here. Lehman says, anyone wanting to reach me, leave a comment on my latest vid, and I will share the link to my Discord. I can't post here. Yeah, you know how it goes. YouTube's got this thing where, yeah, they don't like the links and all that. So I certainly, again, as I said earlier, guys, I know he's having a hard time actually getting the link out here, but I think Mateo's offering to help him get the link posted. So thanks, Mateo. But again, one more time, guys, Lehman's an artist, man. He's an old school craftsman. I really can't give the guy a big enough thumbs up, and I look forward to being a customer myself. You know, I'll let you guys get in line first. That's fine. I've been for a while. I'll get to the back of the line if you guys want anything, but I'd like to do some business with you too, Lehman. And I do suggest everyone that's in here to at least go check out his work, because I think you might be kind of impressed. So yeah, I'm all about promoting the small business, guys. I've always been all about that. JDog93, what's happening, man? Yes, you've asked me about some of the Taurus updates. They've been filmed. I just have to get them edited. And when I say edited, you guys know I don't edit. What I mean is I took a 25-minute long video of me just shooting, changing out things, changing ammo, and I just let it roll all the way through. Now I have to pull out the 45-second and 1-minute-second snippets out of it so I can post them like individually. You guys know what I'm saying. For me, it's the editing, which is messed up, because I told you guys a long time ago and different times, look it, one of my businesses I own, like my side business, is in the IT field. Look, I can work on servers, I can do networks, but it's never been part of my job responsibilities to do like multimedia or that side of the thing. So even though I'm an IT professional, I literally like don't know how to edit video. I got this Sony Vegas Studio or Sony Vegas Pro. Can't even remember what it's called. I emailed that rack veteran, okay, about a year ago and said, what are you using, man? His wife, Brandy, she's always been nice. She responded back and said, you know, Chad, mainly the one that does the editing for them, is using Sony Vegas Pro whatever version. So I said, okay, cool. Thanks a lot. Now, Iraq Vets videos look awesome, right, guys? So I went out and bought the software. It was actually rather affordable. I sat there and went like this against it for like a few hours. Said, all right, I'll come back with a clear head. Tried it again. I was so frustrated. So, yeah, editing video is not my thing. So for those of you that are like, where's the Taurus G2C updates? I finally took a shooting video. I don't do that very often. They're here. They're on the hard drive of this computer. And go ahead, make fun of me all you want, J-Dog, but it's actually kind of sort of a pain in the butt for me, literally just to go in there and pull like 45 seconds out and then make it its own video. It actually, yeah. I did one of them and it actually took me like 30 minutes just because it's like a foreign language doing video editing. It's just not the same as other parts of the IT, profession or business. Okay, let's see here. Stephen Kennedy, GOA all the way. I agree, man. Here, I'll second that motion, Stephen. GOA, guys. Proud supporter. I'm a member. Donate. Thanks for bringing that up, man. Not really going to go on a gun rights tangent tonight. I love doing that, but I kind of want to talk about guns tonight, but I'll never miss an opportunity to promote getting involved. So I agree, Stephen. Francis, have I ever concealed carry a Makarov? No, I haven't, actually. I appreciate all these old milsurp guns, and I love them. And I think they're probably just as viable as a tool as most new guns. For whatever reason, though, my milsurps, I like to kind of, I love to shoot them. I like to collect them, look at them, clean them, polish them, I don't really actually conceal carry milsurps very often, guys. I really don't. But I'm not telling you not to. I would rather usually carry kind of more like a polymer wonder, to be honest with you. That's kind of my thing for concealed carry because, look, I get caught out in the rain. I'm sweating. I'm getting pollen, grass clippings, dirt, dust, sawdust, all these things. And it just seems like it's kind of disrespectful to the gun to take an unissued piece of history and take it out there. And I don't know. Do any of you guys feel the same way? This is definitely something I can see both sides of, though. Because I could see, this is a quality gun. Probably, one could argue in many ways, more high quality than this. I get it. I don't feel so bad if I drop this. I don't really care so much if this gets wet. If it got a little bit of surface rust, I'd probably just wipe it off and put a little oil on it. Now, I don't want the gun to rust shut, of course, but I don't really care. These, I kind of like to keep nice, I look at them and I'll display them and stuff, but then when I put them away, I'll put them in like a case here, that's got foam in it. I don't know. What do you guys do? Bastard, what are you saying here? You starting a controversy again? Look at this guy. He says 380 seems a lot more powerful than 22 long rifle, 25 and 32 ACB from my test. I don't know. You know there's a 22 guy in here that you're really going to piss off, bastard. So what do you guys think? Right here, 22? 22 versus 380. Let's see here. Let's find the weakest cartridges we can, guys. 22 short versus 25 ACP versus 22 long rifle versus starter pistol caps. You know, like in those starter pistols? I'm messing with you, bastard. It's kind of funny, though. Here's the thing, though. I think you're absolutely right, actually. Looking through there, you are. It's just funny because there's going to be that 22 guy that's going to come in here. He's going to hammer the crap out of you, man. You know it. At least I'm not big enough on here to draw people like 22 Plinkster in here because he'd probably hand me my ass talking about 22s. But I digress. He's a good channel too, guys, by the way. I like Plinkster. He seems like a nice guy. I've never met him, but he seems like a guy I could hang out with and all, you know? But just don't tell him I was knocking the 22. That's what I need from you guys. Help me out here. Let's see here. No, Tim's bringing up a good point here. He says a tiny 380 is not the most pleasant to shoot. I agree. And he says, but I'm sorry, it just moved up on me here. That's what happens when someone has a comment, it moves. Okay, I can read, guys, I promise. Okay, tiny 380 is not the most pleasant to shoot, but your similar options are going to be 22, 25, and 32. Yep. And with that little Caltech I carry, that's just kind of like, you know, if you're in the heat of the moment and had to use it, you're probably not going to notice the pain and discomfort it's causing your trigger finger because there's like, it has wicked trigger slap, first of all. The gun's pretty snappy for how small it is. And the way the trigger is in relation to the trigger guard, if your finger like slips down a little bit, you're kind of pinching your trigger and getting it caught in between the two pieces of polymer. And did I mention the trigger slap? So, yeah. Not the most fun guns to shoot, but for concealed carry, I'm looking at it more like a tool. Now, if I'm out having fun just off the back porch or at the range, I do like shooting a little 22. And for those of you that didn't see me up to my update in the one stream a couple weeks ago, I did shoot this gun, guys. This little Phoenix HP 22A. It was fun to shoot. Of course, it had no recoil, but nice ergonomics, nice little beaver tail there. I didn't get any hammer bite. Just a fun little gun. Definitely would shoot this for fun, or this 32 for fun, over that 380 Caltech any day of the week. Not even close. But I think the 380's got a little more pop for defensive purposes, you know. JDog93, he's suggesting that SIG makes some quality 380 rounds that would be plenty powerful for self-defense. I'm not an ammo expert, guys. I'm sure you're right. I prefer I'm kind of an HST guy. I think I've showed you guys this on several guns before, but this is what I choose to carry in my 380. And look, I have no idea if this is better than the SIG or not, but my little research I've done, this is a round that I'm carrying. This is the Federal Premium 380 Auto. And if it would focus, you'd see that it says 99 grain HST. There we go. 99 grain HST. Now, these are the quote law enforcement packages you can get from SG Ammo. This is the cheapest way per round to buy this product. You can also get it maybe from your local sporting goods store or grocery store, Walmart, whatnot. This is the same thing I just showed you guys, but this might look a little more familiar. You can buy this ammo packaged in this box. Same stuff. Exactly. Personal defense, they call this. 99 grain. The law enforcement, again, same thing. It's just they package it in a 50-round box. I think there's some kind of technicality where Federal will only sell it to them if they have a law enforcement purchase order in the bigger box. But from what I understand, there's a little loophole where they'll get a Clio to say that they want, I don't know, 10,000 rounds. SG will take that to Federal and ask for 20,000 rounds. They'll sell it to the Leo, and then any extras they can sell to the public. This is not a legal thing. It's just the way Federal chooses to do business, from my understanding. Is 380 more significantly more powerful than the 32? Wouldn't surprise me. I'm not a ballistics expert, guys. That's just not my expertise, but I believe you. Yep. Mateo and Ninja are talking about their 40s. No big surprise there. Mateo loves the 40. Again, big surprise there. Let's see here. Stephen Kennedy used to carry a Mac back in the mid-90s. Great piece. And they are a great piece, too. I do agree with that. Where are we at, guys? It just skipped on me. Oh, 10-18 wheels, the Flowberts. Oh, my gosh. While we're skimming the bottom of the barrel. Yep, don't forget about the old Flowbert round. Was it Braster that has one of them? I thought one of you guys, late at night one night, we were in a chat talking, and I thought one of you guys in here actually had that. Aha, Cole, for once, you didn't effing miss it this time. Woohoo. Good to have you back, man. I know you've come in a few times after the fact, and you're like, dang it, I missed it. So it's good to have you here. Like Francis said, people who get defensive over 22s are amusing. Yeah, we'll say amusing. That's a good way to word it. That's called tact, right, Francis? We'll just say they're amusing and leave it at that. I'm still laughing at Tim 18 Wheels. He comes back with Flowberts just out of left field. It's funny. 380 is more of a bad breath distance type pistol, Stephen Kennedy says. Sure. And I think it kind of depends what gun you're shooting it out of. It just happens to be a lot of your 380s nowadays have basically no sights. Maybe just a little dimple or a little trough, in the slide. But, yeah. So a lot of that's going to be the round, and a lot of it's going to be the gun. I think if you had like a CZ83, let's just say, though, which is kind of like the double-stack Mac variant, chambered in the 380, that Czechoslovakia made for export, I believe. That's actually got a little more of sights on it. I think I'd take a little longer shot with that than I would, a Ruger LCP or a Caltech P380. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, like Brastard says, 22s, he likes them, but they're really weak out of short barrels with a lot of noise. Yeah. 22 long rifle probably is better to be used out of an actual rifle barrel if you actually want to get the optimal, ballistics out of it. I agree with you. And that's the thing that gets a lot of people a lot of times is shooting a round that's made for a certain length barrel, and then you throw it into this little small barrel and wonder why it's not performing. I think that's with a lot of rounds, right, guys? Oh, boy, everyone's coming in here now. Let's see here. Desert Loner, what's happening, man? Nice to see you. See you guys saying hi to Big Bad Jones. Where's he at? Oh, there you are. Your avatar's kind of black, man, and it's against the black screen. How's it going, Big Bad Jones? Nice to see you, man. You've been taking a little break. All right, cool. How's business going? I know you've been working your butt off. A lot going on with your business you're in. I know I've wished you the best in the past, but how you doing, man? You keeping up with business? Business good? Road Scholar's here. What's happening, man? How are those 9mm AKs running, Road Scholar? I still can't figure out how to get one. Does anyone have the inside scoop? Do you know how to get those? Obviously, Road Scholar does. Those are pretty hard to find, the AKVs, aren't they? I've heard there's whole forums online where people literally sit there and talk about strategy. And like people think they figured out the little secret algorithm of PSA and they know the exact times they put them out. Like, I'm not even joking, guys. I was listening to a podcast and they were actually talking about this topic, that there's whole forums devoted to the strategy of getting an in-stock AKV. Like, it's that big of a thing, And And I know for a fact Road Scholar has at least one or two. No, two. Just from watching video footage on his channel. No, Brassard doesn't have a Flowbird. That must have been somebody else. Marshall, 9913. How's it going, man? A hit with a 22 is better than a miss with a 45. I completely agree. Yes, sir. And I also think it's better than a sharp stick in any scenario, right? Big Bad Jones, been running like crazy. You're still a young man. You can do it. I don't feel bad for you yet. I hit 40 this May. Come back when you're 40, and then I'll feel sorry for you, all right? No, man, that's cool. I hope you're doing good, man. I know you got a lot going on with your family business, and you know I love small businesses, so hope you're doing good with it. Yeah, look at this guy, Road Scholar. Yeah, he's got two. Does anyone else even know how to get one? Who do you know, man? We're friends, right? Can you hook me up and let me know? No, I don't know. I wouldn't mind getting one, though, to be honest. I really wouldn't. They look pretty cool. There you go. Like Mateo said, I know of a couple that are offering good money for a PSA insider to give them a heads up. Yeah? I heard all about this. I wish I was joking with you guys, but they were going on for maybe 30 minutes on this podcast that I listened to, and they were really getting into the whole, like, their strategy, and there's this, and, you know, for 4 days straight, they'll release it at this time, but then every other fourth day, it's at another time, and once the moon goes to a certain crescent, then it's another time, and yeah, if the creek rises so high, then it's another time. I mean, it was some kind of like crazy algorithmic process, and people are going crazy. Okay, let's see here. Steven loves his PSA products. For the most part, I do too. I've gotten a lemon from them not too long ago, but most of them have been pretty good. So I'm not here to knock them. My chaos, a lot of you guys were in that stream. It was wasn't exactly happy about that one. But I'll give them another chance to get one of the AKVs when I get a chance. Let's see here. What's going on? Cole says, did you know Ethiopia made an AKM? You should look it up. It's very interesting. I think I've seen it before. As far as seeing an example of it here, no. But yeah, I'll get the encyclopedia out and see if we can get any information on that. I'll get the Grim Reaper out, and then I've got the Kalashnikov encyclopedia, volume set. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, so Road Scholar is telling me if you go to their Facebook page for PSA, they announce it on Facebook page also. Okay, the AKV portion. Okay, gotcha. Lehman's getting one of those M10 DIYs on layaway. Gonna make it into a spiker. That sounds like fun. Is it like one of the ones Misha got? I know Misha Co just did a video not too long ago where, Jay was helping showing us putting it together and everything. The old M10. That's with the... Yeah, I do like the idea of the DIYs. I've done that on a couple other products in the past, and I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of like where you don't want to spend the time completely building ones, rivets, headspace, trunnion, all that, but you kind of like to save a little coin and customize it. I think the DIYs are pretty cool. And you can get the American-made spiker assemblies still that are sold at KFS. You probably already know that, but they're basically exact clones of the original Chinese Polytex, but they'll say made in the USA on the bottom, but basically they're an exact replica of the original ones. Yeah, it's a Wasser with an RPK rear and a PM90 gas block combo. Exactly. So the gas block's not going to be as forward on the barrel. It's going to be back further, like the PM90, where the one piece is going to serve the two functions of being a front sight and a gas block. For those of you that are a little bit newer to the AK, that's what he means by the combo. Yep. Let's see here. Prices are going up. Okay, Road Scholar says the prices are going up. So I guess this is just capitalism, right? Supply and demand. And so many more people want them than they can sell them. I guess you can't blame them. They're going to raise the price until sales slow down. Then maybe they'll want to lower the price a little bit. Cool. I don't know if I can link to them directly or not. YouTube's gotten so picky that everything I say is put down into a transcript and becomes part of their algorithm. We're not supposed to even mention the full names of websites or link them to the sell guns, but if you just type in like KFS or Kang's Firearm Specialty into Google, you'll find their site, I believe. And then their site's a little hokey, but navigate around and you should find it on there. Also, believe it or not, KFS is a prolific seller on eBay. So I actually bought one of their modern reproduction spikers from eBay from actual KFS. And I think it ended up being like $10 cheaper than their actual website. So check it out, But yeah, KFS does have quite the presence on eBay, of all things. Can't sell some of the components on there, but other components, eBay's allowing us to have. And if you guys are just listening and not watching, I definitely used heavy air quotes when I said allowing, okay? I promised I wouldn't get on a rant tonight, so I'll just leave it at that. Cole said it'd be nice to get a spiker that isn't $2 million. Oh, you're in luck, dude. They're only $1 million on eBay, so that you can afford to buy at least two, okay? Now, they're not cheap, though. That's the thing. They're really not. Yeah, Big Bad Jones, eBay's a joke. Them and even all the stuff that used to be on Amazon at one time that's not there anymore, It's like everything. Anything that's owned or controlled by a billionaire is just always anti-gun, joke. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys should be able to type in KFS in Google and find it. And KFS stands for Kangs, which is like KENGS, Firearms Specialty, okay? Raphael, how's it going, man? Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Nice to have you. Welcome. I was like, man, I don't speak Spanish, but that's one that I do know. I've heard of Rio de Janeiro. I probably mispronounced it. Ooh, that sucks, the Big Bad Jones. He had someone hack his eBay account, and they had your cart shipped to their address. eBay won't do anything on it. That's terrible. And they advertise everywhere all across it, like buyer protection, satisfaction guaranteed. Brazil speaks Portuguese. My bad, man. I did not mean to offend anybody. I'm ignorant in the true sense of the word. When I mean that, I literally did not know that. I do have in-laws, family members from South America, the northern part. They definitely speak Spanish there. So I kind of assumed that most of South America spoke Spanish, but thank you for informing me, man. Welcome either way, Raphael, no matter what language you speak. I just don't happen to know many of them. Let's see here. Yeah, they expect the seller to be responsible. You're absolutely right, because I've done some selling on there before, and if anything even goes halfway sideways, they always put it on the seller. Like, I've had a buyer before admit they did everything possible to screw up the transaction, including like almost deliberately destroying the item they got. Admitted to all of this in the case resolution. And eBay said, okay, and since there's complete buyer satisfaction, you will still refund them all of their money, and send them a return shipping label. And the person's going on and on rambling that when they used it for the complete opposite of its intended purpose and abused it, didn't matter. They still wanted their money back. And eBay just said, we don't really care. We're going to pretend to give you a chance here, and we're going to pretend to deliberate this, but no matter what the seller says, we're going to agree with the buyer. So I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, you know what's funny, Lehman? When they hide something, and you're right, they do hide. If you go to like DuckDuckGo, it's amazing. Do this for fun, guys. If you guys want to do a social experiment tonight, Pick something out there, whatever it is. It could be President Trump. It could be a certain gun you like. Make sure it's something that's at least a little bit what they would call right-wing associated. Type in the phrase or question into Google. Look at your results. Open up DuckDuckGo in a different tab. Type in the same thing and see how much different it is. Try it with a few things so you can get a little bit of an average, and it might become an interesting topic for you. I've definitely been trying to find info on certain things, and I'm like, man, I can remember when I used to look this up, I would find information on this gun. And it's like, did all these websites go down? What happened to all this? And I kind of got frustrated, and I said, oh, let's try DuckDuckGo. Because I'm like everybody. I hate Google, but I get in the habit of using it because it's built into the phone. It's integrated with YouTube, all of this, right? And I typed it into DuckDuckGo, and all these sites that I almost forgotten about are still there. God bless those sites for staying up. They probably haven't even gotten any traffic now for years. Google's literally algorithm right out of the equation. And you can find all this info that's almost like lost, like the lost archives or scrolls, if you will. And DuckDuckGo can still find them. Now, look, guys, if there's something bad with DuckDuckGo, I don't know. From what I understand, they're kind of like pretty cool, right? But I'm not personally endorsing them because I haven't had time to study them. But right now, the way it seems is DuckDuckGo is going to give you a little more straight info rather than try to give you like, social programming. So, yeah. Oh, Mateo said, don't feel bad. Glock shooter. Only way I learned they speak Portuguese was through the Fast and Furious movie. There you go. Yeah. Desert Loner, good point. He says, people don't believe in personal responsibility anymore. Someone else must get the blame. It's our culture today. Yep, I agree. It's kind of easier just to do that, blame someone else. Yeah, what we want to look up, what we're interested in, what our hobbies are, what our passions are, what we believe in. Kind of sort of, it seems like, hey, Google, you're getting hired just to find stuff for people. Not many people are truly trying to hire you, at least I'm not, to try to like change my mind. I'll listen to a debate. You know what I mean? I'll listen to a couple congressional candidates debate. I'll listen to even these pundits debate for entertainment sometime if I want to hear the other side and maybe you can change my mind, whatever. I don't want a search engine trying to change my mind. It's like, do your freaking job, Tell me about the Pakistani AK. And I want it to give me some results if they're out there. I don't want it to say, nah, we don't really like the AK, so let's show you something about something else, All right, get that shop closed up, Steven. I'm going to be closing up shop here fairly soon myself, so good night, man. I know what it's like to be working all day and get tired, Let's see here. Yeah, you guys are saying the same thing, trying to use Google as little as possible. It looks like Desert Loner saying a Dr. Robert Epstein is exposing Google and its algorithm. I'll take note of that later, man, and look that up. I wasn't familiar, but definitely sounds interesting, man. I appreciate the heads up on that. Should I Google it, Desert Loner, or should I DuckDuckGo it? I wonder how much Google would give me if I look up his name. Yeah, Mateo, good point. Look up transgenderism. And it's a deluge of info. Look for a gun or accessory for it. Crickets. Yeah. Guns are hard to look up on Google now. Yeah. And then Seth. Yeah, man. Thanks for telling the truth. No, you're right, Seth. He says it seems they just implemented the algorithm from YouTube. Yeah, considering they're one and the same. What was first, the chicken or the egg? But all we know sure as crap, is it's basically all the same thing. The one just has a logo with a bunch of different colors of, letters and blah, blah, blah. And then the other one has like this little red box with a little play button on it. But behind the scenes, I don't really know if there is any difference in Google. And, they say with YouTube nowadays, that's where a lot of people get their news. They're not even going to Google News and reading the fake algorithm, headlines and stuff. No, they're literally just going to YouTube to get all their news. So they've definitely got the hustle going on. All right, Cole's just getting ready to sign off too. 11-hour shift, man. Yeah, that's enough. You deserve a rest. All right, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I got on a little earlier than I did last time. Hopefully that, you got to hang out an hour, man. I appreciate it. I'll try to be even a little earlier next week, I did put off that last lawn of the night, guys, to try to get here just a little earlier, because if I would have wanted to, I could have worked all the way till dark, and then I wouldn't have been getting on until almost right now. So I tried. Oh, yeah, Big Bad Jones. That's another good point. He said he's been trying to track Polymer 80 and all the parts on Google, and it's a joke. Yeah, because Polymer 80 is one of those things. They're trying to demonize that, right? That's become like a big social thing, Yeah, it's gun control, of course, in the worst kind of way, but it's almost more than that. It's like, there's this ghost gun. And with Polymer 80, what's interesting is, probably what you're looking up. If you're looking up stuff like the prints for it and all that, isn't that really First Amendment censorship when they stop that? That's what I think it is. What do you guys think? I don't think it's that Google's, of course they're being anti-gun, so I don't want to take that away, but that's the obvious. But aren't they also censoring our freedom of speech? First Amendment to put out drawings? You created something? Like I said earlier, Lehman Russ, he creates a work of art on his holsters. That's his craft, and his ceramics and his pottery. But some other guy, his art is drawing a drawing of a piece of polymer that's not even legally a firearm. Why does his art and talents and drawings get suppressed? How's that legal? Don't we have a First Amendment too? And I don't get it, because it's the left that's censoring this, but I thought the left likes freedom of speech. So I understand where you're coming from, Big Bad Jones. I really do. Cool. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. I'll see you next time, man. Americans first. What's happening? I made it late. Evening, y'all. Nice to see you. Better late than never, right? We're still here. Tim 18 Wheels. Start page uses Google and blocks tracking searches. Still has Google prioritizing. DuckDuckGo works, but does not prioritize search results at all. Okay. Okay, so, that's a recommendation. Start page, it looks like. That's one I will check out. Sounds like a good idea. What's happening, the man you wish you were? How's it going? We were just talking about 32s earlier, man. The Zastava M70, these that are available right now for $180 right now from Classic. So any of you that have just joined, I recommend these guns, guys. These are pretty cool. $180, all steel construction. And here's what they look like once you clean them up. So I just wanted to mention that for the man you wish you were, because I know he's into the 32s and all that. In fact, I've got this sitting right here next to me. I know this is one of the guns you like the most, man. So here's for the man you wish you were. All right, let's see who else we got here. Kyber Armory is a good channel if you're interested in Pakistani guns and how they were made, like milled AKs with fake stamped receivers over them. Yeah, man, that's a good recommendation. I agree. Mateo says freedom of their choice of speech. Absolutely. Anything you want to do, as long as they agree with it, right? Seth, that's interesting. He says he saw a VZ61 as a Polymer 80 on a forum. Looks pretty interesting. That's interesting. I do actually like I like the VZ61s too. That's another 32 gun. While we're talking about 32s. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Mateo. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, the man you wish you were. These are pretty cool, These are $180 right now for just the pistol and one mag. I'll show you the package that I bought in a second. Let's see here. Bing is decent. Just found a tack glove for my M70. Cool. Desert Loner. Let's be real. It seems both sides aren't what they used to be. Ain't that the truth? +1, and I'll add a +2 to that, man. Ain't that the truth? All right, guys, I've been on an hour. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Probably only go another 15 minutes after that. I'm going to unbox. Speaking of the M70s, I like them so much, I couldn't just have the one I showed you guys, so I got another one, and I'm going to show you how this one came in. So if you're interested in that, I'll be back in 5 minutes. If you're tired of it, get the heck out of here. All right, I'll be back in a second, guys. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let me scroll back on up. Yeah, the man you wish you were. Thinking about getting the M70? Think about it. You know, it's still a decent amount of money to. Don't think too long. It's on sale for $180 right now. You guys? 180 seems like a pretty good deal. Let's see here. Ooh, stereotypical ex-wives. What are we talking about, Loner? He says, I respect the law for things like environmental ideas, respecting animals, and when they cared about free speech. I respected the right for their strong constitutional stance, like on the 2A. Now they both became the stereotypical ex-wives. Yeah, I expected the right, he's saying. Yeah, it's not that they really stand for these fundamentals. I hear you, man. I do know what you're saying. I do. I get it. Matt Daniels, what's happening, man? How you doing? Yeah, man, we're hanging out, drinking some iced tea. Not the brand I wanted. For those of you that came in late, I said, life's good, but I have one big problem. This is not the brand I like. Do any of you guys have any pull at Walmart? Are there any executives or, any of the Walton family in there? If you are, come on, guys, help me out, okay? Get my brand of iced tea back. This Lipton's okay, but it's just not quite cutting it anymore, How you doing, Matt? I haven't been online nearly as much as I used to, man. I've been working so much. For those of you that come to all my streams, you know the drill. It rained every day for a month and a half. And now it finally stopped raining, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. But now I have to work double time to take care of this backlog that was just like forming for, it seemed like the whole year up until recently. So, yeah, I've been working a little bit too much. Bastard, speaking of science and nature, will you do me a favor, man? At the end of your one video, and I know you left your comment, but I'm going to call you out in public, you showed a little bit of a container pond, and that's actually an interest of mine. So I'm not pressuring you. I know you've got, a lot on your plate with all your filming, but eventually, will you do a video for me on that pond? I think some other guys would like to see it too. Just do a little video for me and spend as much time on that pond as you can, because I really like fish and aquatic wildlife. I guess that comes from growing up on the water my whole life. And, when I was a kid, I said, well, I want to be a marine biologist. I always liked stuff that swam and underwater. And then I got old and realized, well, it's a real job in a way, but that's not really a real job. But I kind of live out my old childhood dreams with my little container pond. And my wife does a great job keeping up with it and everything. And we have a little, above ground. It's a watering livestock feeding trough, okay? I think it's similar to yours. We've got lily pads, a couple koi, a couple goldfish, and an unpainted turtle. So, not to put you on the spot in front of everyone, Bastard, but yeah, in front of everyone, please do a pond video for me. I'd look forward to that. Looks like you have a neat little pond there. And come on, guys, peer pressure. I need a couple of you to come in now into the comments and say, yeah, Bastard, we want to see the pond too. And even if you don't, just pretend. So he'll make the video for me, okay, guys? I don't ask you guys a lot of favors, but I'm calling on you. Has my stream been buffering, guys? I just saw Matt said something about the stream buffering. Thanks, man. You wish you were. Right on. For that, we'll take another look at the CZ50. See, I'm horse trading on you, Bastard. I'm showing guns that people like in exchange for them pressuring you for the pond video. You guys can't tell, I'm in a good mood tonight. Like, it literally was so tough this year with all that rain. And now that the rain's done, I can actually work again. Now, I was working the whole time, but I was out there, struggling in the rain, getting half a job done, then having to go back and finish the other half. So I was just as busy when it was raining. It's just I couldn't actually get a job done and make any money. There you go, Bastard. +2, +3, +4. America's First is thinking of building a pond. Mateo wants to see it, okay? Let's see here. Seth says the CZ 50 is beautiful. I agree, man. And what Seth What Seth also meant to say is he wants to see the pond too. You didn't hear me, bastard? Okay, I'll summarize. I want to see that pond video, man. I'm into ponds quite a bit, and I have my own little container pond, like yours, so that'd be cool. Yeah, like Mateo said, how convenient. Yeah, Matt lives near Seattle. I've heard about that. It always rains around there, but we're just not used to that here. So I guess, I don't know what to do when it rains every day. Ninja Scout agrees, bastard. Ponsai. Yeah, when your phone cut out, Bastard, I pressured I want to say, come on, guys, I don't ask for much. I need a favor. We're going to force Bastard into making me my pond video. And you said you'll do it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bastard's an old buddy of mine. He can take it, guys. He knows I mean well. Poor conservative. What's happening, man? Here's a guy from my neck of the woods. We don't need none of that Seattle and none of that, do we, man? We can't handle the rain like they do. Nah, I'm sure it's a beautiful place where you're at, Matt. I've heard it's really nice out there, but everyone I know that's been there says it rains every day for most of the year. Yeah. Ooh, Matt Daniels says to the Pink Devastator, the kid's Pink Red Rider. Those are cool. I want to get my daughter one, actually. Had a negligent discharge and took out both panes on my sliding glass door. Ooh, that costs a lot more. Those windows cost a lot more than that gun did. I know that. All right, guys. I'm going to show you the M70. So this is something I had bought from Classic actually a month or two ago, but I hadn't made it to the FFL to pick it up. So this is the package they were selling, and I'm not sure if they still do or not. But in either case, this is going to be the same gun you can get for $180. So it basically came in an original holster. Now this holster looks completely unissued. Maybe a little bit of stress, but keep in mind, this is a little bit older gun. Not terribly old, but, leather likes to crack over time, as you know. So it came in the original holster that these guns would have been issued with. And here's the nice and the crappy part. So the nice part is this gun's well preserved, and it's probably not going to be rusty when you get it because, which is the crappy part, this thing is completely coated in cosmoline, guys. Can you see how this plastic's coming off of here? I mean, look at this. This reminds you of like those Chinese SKSs back in the day, doesn't it? Braster, you know what I mean. A lot of you guys do, actually. Look at this. I mean, I just barely touched it. My hands just, yeah. This is the nastiest, thickest, stickiest cosmoline you've ever seen. But hey, underneath it, though, appears to be, all right, let me see if I can get this off my fingers, guys. Appears to be, from what I can tell so far, this is literally the first time I've taken it out. The dealer, my local FFL, just scratched the hole just enough to get the serial numbers for his books. But this is literally the unboxing for you guys. And so far, appears to be unissued. Now, I'm not going to say all of these are. I don't know if it's the whole thing where, like, the $180 SKU is going to be in worse shape. I have no idea. I can just tell you this was their $260 package that they had available a couple months ago. And it came with the holster, the gun, and 2 magazines. So, yep, this is an R Guns import again, made in Yugoslavia. So it appears that the markings are commensurate to the other one I showed you, which I bought from R Guns themselves. Okay. But yeah, look at that cosmoline, guys. And it's not the gooey, greasy cosmoline. This is the stuff that as soon as you touch it, it feels more like contact cement, like it kind of dries and turns into glue. Yeah, this is not the fun cosmoline. So yeah, this is pretty nice. And then the 2 mags it came with. Let's see here. Let me just see out of curiosity. Hold on. I'm sorry. I've got other guns in front of me, and I'm trying to deal with this cosmoline. Not fun. Yep, so here's a mag coated in the same sort of cosmoline. The real nasty crap. 2 mags. Both, again, appear to be unissued. And when I mean unissued, look at these guys. Not even a sign of it really even being inserted. So this is just what I got. I did not pay for a hand select. And to be fair, for those of you just joining me, I bought the $259 package deal that came with the gun, the 2 mags, and the holster, the leather holster, which is right here. Now, one would assume that they basically just took the holster out to sell that separately, took one of the mags to sell it separately, and you'll get the same gun. I would hope so, but again, I don't take my word for it. Trust me, I have no inside connections at Classic. In fact, they've even screwed me up pretty bad on a couple of orders. But the fact is, I like these guns, and you guys do too. So if this is where we can get them, let me go over to Our Guns here real quick, guys. And I will say this. Our Guns is the company name, and it's not .com. I'm not going to tell you their website. I'm going to tell you what it's not. It's not ourguns.com. It's ourguns. Another extension. But you should be able to find them if you type in Our Guns, Our Guns, Carpentersville, Illinois. All right, I'm here right now. So if you want to get something that's going to be pretty much legit and you're more of a complete package type of guy, here you go. They still have them in stock. $275. It's going to come with the gun, the 2 magazines, a cleaning brush, and the holster. And, they're explaining it real quick here. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm trying to see if they're going to tell us the exact condition. It seems that it used to be they were putting on here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. I almost missed it. It's in the headline. So it says Zastava M70 pistol, 765, parentheses, 32 ACP, unissued, new old stock, with extra magazine, holster, and brush. So you guys have got 2 choices if you really want one of these. You can go $180 from Classic, which is where I got this one from, the package. You can get just the gun and 1 mag for $180. Or you can go over to the actual importer themselves, which does sell to the public through their website, Our Guns. And for $275, you can get what they're telling you straight up is unissued. So that's more of a kind of a guaranteed thing, it looks like here. Okay. $275, you'll get the gun, 2 mags, and the matching holster, and the originally issued cleaning brush that they gave with it. So, couple options for you guys. And I like the unissued also, because if you're gonna shoot it, you kind of know it's good to go. If you're collect it, well, there's nothing better than an unissued to collect. So, there you go, guys. Let me just to complete it here, let me see what the description is here on Classic. And you know what, guys? See how they changed things? These were $180 yesterday. I swear they were. And now it looks like they've gone up to $199. So I guess that $20 sale's over. Sorry, guys. I swear to you, the Zastava M70 was $180 just yesterday. So now it's $199 from Classic. And they're saying for limited time, we are offering the option to receive just the firearm and 1 mag, or receive an original cardboard box and extra mag, making it a total of 2 mags. And it looks like that option's out of stock. So, and they're advertising them as very good to excellent condition. So I really do feel bad, guys. I swear to you, yesterday they were $180. Now they're $199 from Classic. And Classic does this. They change their prices all the time. So you got 2 options: $200 for a very good to excellent 1 mag, or $275 for unissued 2 mags, holster, and cleaning kit, or not cleaning kit, cleaning brush. So don't know which is a better deal. It just depends, what you're into. Okay, let's see here, guys. I am going to catch up real quick and see what you guys are saying here, and then I'm going to finish putting my tools away because they're still in the bed of the truck, because I kind of left my last job and ran straight here to hang out with you all. Okay, let's see here. Bradford says, I wish it would rain here. Matt Daniels, I hear you, man. Love my state, hate the majority of people who vote here. Yeah, we're not much better here, man. I hear you. Okay, Mateo's waiting for a peek. Hey, those of you that held out, I'm not going to tell you till right now, because the ones that bailed early, They're going to have to wait till my video comes out next week. But I have a special surprise for you guys in about 5 minutes here. Just going to show you a peek of it like I usually do. You guys that hang out with me, that are my buddies in here, I give you guys sneak peeks at what the next videos are going to be about. So you can either look forward to my next video or you can make sure not to click when the notification comes. So either way, I'm doing you a favor if you think about it. Gotcha. It's like that in every state, man. You got red counties all over, but the blue counties just have so many people in them. They take over the whole state. And I know what you're saying, Matt. And we have that in Michigan, too. We do. Tim 18 Will says, at times like this, I hate YouTube. I think that's what you're saying. John, how's it going, man? OF Coins. Did I say that right? How's it going, man? Greetings from South Florida. Man, I bet you it's hot down there. In the summer, I'd kind of rather be up here because of the heat. But in the wintertime, man, would I love to be where you're at. I just don't like it when it's too hot. But South Florida, yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. Okay, Tim says, it's times like this I hate YouTube chat. Does not offer the option to drop memes into the chat. Yeah, you're right. Just the little emojis. Cool, Americans First. Glad you liked it. Let's see here. Mateo said virgin, lightly fingered. Yeah, basically that's how to describe these guns here. Negative insertion. I repeat, negative insertion. Jeez. Dirty minds. You guys are funny. Yeah, come back again soon, Matt. I miss you. You've always had that sense of humor, man. Me and Matt one night were hanging out in hangouts till like 4 in the morning. Do you remember that, man? Good times. In the winter, I'll have time for more stuff like that, guys. That's how you get girls rather than boy children. I do have a girl. My only kid is a girl, poor conservative. So there you go. Yeah, Americans First. I think these guns are a pretty good deal, man. I do like these little Zastavas. I'm kind of a Tokarev sucker too. I might have more than 1 or 2 of them. No problem. Man, you wish you were. I hope it helps out. And our guns has a 1968 kit still. Yeah, they're still holding on to them. I'm surprised they have any. And they just keep going up in price. Okay, Brastard said they only had a flash sale. So there you go. It wasn't that I was lying to you guys. That was the price when I was, the day before I'll kind of prepare my topic. And that's what they were yesterday, guys. Classic happens to me all the time. They put up the YouTube video, get to the site, and it's out of stock. Oh, what's happening, Troll 2201? I was like, who is this guy? This is a troll. We have a troll here. Nope, guys. For those of you that don't know him, he's not a troll. I always have to say that. It's an old joke. I've known this guy a while, too. Yeah, Matt, that AK-74 Izzy kit, I agree. The plum one, that's pretty freaking sweet, man. I don't have one of those kits. What I have is a Legion Azovsk arsenal, that's a Russian-made factory gun, so I guess that's why I haven't bought one of the kits yet, but it's not that I like one more than the other. They're both kind of, you know what I mean. It's a sickness. It's not that I like one more than the other. I really want all of them, but I guess that's why I haven't bought one of them yet. But yeah, those are what we're talking about, guys, is over on our guns. They also have some really cool AK kits, actual Russian Azovsk kits. Now, they're not cheap. They've gone up a lot, but to get any kind of Russian AK kit is kind of sort of hard to do. And once our gun sells out, from everything I understand, even with what Kalashnikov USA is saying, with what all the different people are saying, okay? That's probably it. There's probably going to not be any more. So I'm sorry, guys. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there's some Azovsk AKM kits, 7.62x39, and Azovsk AK-74, 5.45x39 parts kits at Our Guns. Our Guns, not .com, but something else. Carpentersville, Illinois. Bastard, over 100 every day here. You guys got to be tough to be able to hang out there. You have to be. Looks like we got some coin guys in here. That's pretty cool. I'm not big into coins, but I do think they're really cool. I really do. I mean, I have, not like you guys, I'm not even going to talk about what I call my little coin collection because you guys would laugh at me, but this is kind of a cool coin. Russian coin here. This is, I believe, an official Russian currency. And then with that special printing technology, it's got a Kalashnikov printed on the front of it. So that's kind of a cool coin. You know what else I'm kind of into too? And I know this isn't considered numismatics, but I like these. You can get these on eBay, guys, and they're Kennedy half dollars. Completely legit Kennedy half dollars. And then on the front, you can still see they haven't really like obliterated the coin. They've just painted over it with this special type of printing. Different guns. So we've got the AK-47 on the front of this Kennedy. I don't really think these are collectible, like numismatically collectible, but they're just cool. I put them on these little displays, and just off to the left of my computer, I've got you know, a little display of these. I just kind of enjoy having them around to look at them, you know. So here's, you know, a Luger. Again, these are real Kennedys. I don't know. I've got a bunch of them here, guys. PPSA 41, you know, Sten gun, MP40, Carabiner 98K, hand grenade, US M1 carbine, Tommy gun. They're pretty cool. Got some currency here. If you guys are into that, this is the first Soviet currency. I did videos on this a long time ago. For those of you that are into currency, this is basically the first Soviet currency when the USSR was formed. Okay. There we go. I'll read to you real quick, guys. Basically, it says Certificate of Authenticity. Let's see. And here's the story on the front. The Bolsheviks took control of Russia during the October Revolution of 1917, establishing the Russian Socialist Federated Soviet Republic, a precursor to the USSR. This undersized note was among the first issues of the new communist government. So this is basically the first time, from what I understand, on a currency that we're going to see that famous hammer and sickle, which has become a symbol of communism, socialism, and oppression. And this happened in 1917, guys. And as stated on the description, this was socialism. And we have a lot of people running for office today, campaigning for socialism. And I've got one of the 2 rubles and one of the 1 rubles. And these were hand cut, so you'll notice the little irregularities. No 2 are going to be exactly alike. They were printed on sheets and hand cut so they could start the machine of communism and get that functioning well and dandy, if you will. Troll says, proud of those kits at our guns. They are nice. The coin I showed, John, I don't know exactly what coin this is because it's all in Russian, but it's a Russian coin that's paying, you know, commemorative to the Kalashnikov. Since I'm not a collector, I don't have the story, guys, so I would never make a good numismatic stream. I just thought you guys were talking coins a little bit. I'd, you know, throw a few things out there because I kind of like this stuff, you know. Bastard has a gold 2 peso Mexican coin. Is it real gold? Where did I get those? Troll's asking me. eBay for all these coins. Now, for the first communist currencies, these were actually on Amazon, believe it or not. These were on Amazon. And I thought they were cool because I've used these as props. And some of you guys probably remember 4 videos in the past because, you know, this kind of represents a lot here, guys. And when we fast forward to these elections coming up, and we hear people talking about running as socialists and things like that, there's a story here. So there's a lot to this. We're starting to get to the most interesting part of the night, guys, but I got to get to bed soon. So let me hurry up and read the rest of the comments, and we can talk more about coins and AK's next chat. I'm hearing you guys saying some things about that. Get a few more coin guys in here. I got a few things, believe it or not, here. You guys can maybe tell me what it is or whether it's cool or not, you know. I found this in my spare change. Someone said junk silver. I found this 19 where's it at now? Don't tell me I lost it. Here it is. This just came in my change from the store. Here's a 1961, guys. For whoever said they like the junk silver. So this is a silver quarter, right? 1961. So I basically have 25 cents into it. I believe it's worth more than that in silver. So I set it aside. Let's see real quick here, guys. I want to check up on the comments. You guys are saying all kinds of cool stuff. That's one of the main reasons I do these, by the way, is to read the comments and hang out with you guys. Well, that's actually the only reasons I do this, is to read the comments and hang out with you guys. Let's see here, Bastard. $18.87 V-nickel. Hope everything's okay, Bastard. I'm missing your first comment here. Ooh. Sorry to hear about that, man. The man you wish you were says, I'm new to AKs. That would be, what would be a good price for a starter AK version? Just want a good shooter. That's a good idea for a future video, man. And for a lot of you guys already know this. You get me on the AK, we could go for 2-3 hours. And if you look back at my old streams, there's 2-3 hour streams talking about the AK. So that's such a good question. I'm going to defer till next time on that one, okay? A real gold 1945, 2 pesos. That's cool. AKs from Century Arms, if they made it, generally no. I'll just say that right off the bat. If they imported it, maybe. Found a steel penny? Yeah, those are cool in the war when they were short on copper. Mike Sylvester, what's up, man? How's it going? I just saw you pop in a second ago. Nice to see you. You got here just in time, guys. Because I just got a couple video ideas. Maybe talk about what would be a good starter AK. Maybe we take that for granted sometimes, guys. So I agree with Matt, by the way. Century Wasser 10, usually pretty good to go. Some of the older ones could have canned this or that. But the modern ones, the furniture sucks on it, and you're going to want to replace the stock probably. But in general, pretty good to go. Thanks for helping fill him in, Matt. This will be something good to talk about later. And I do mean that, man, you wish you were. It's actually such a good topic, and it's so late. That's why maybe next week's stream, maybe a video during the week, maybe both. But we'll definitely talk about this again. So get some of you AK guys in here, you know, again next week, and we'll see if we can help some of our buddies out that aren't really necessarily AK guys, but thinking about getting into it, you know. All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to show you guys something real quick, and we're going to talk about it in a future video. And here's the lead up. I ordered this in February. I've wanted one of these forever. They haven't really been in the country. And, yeah, I had to wait 5 months for this gun, guys, so I'm pretty excited about it. And give me 1 second. This is nothing other than the right arm of the free world, otherwise known more specifically as the Hebrew Warhammer. And I'm kind of excited about this, guys. Anyone, please? Israeli? FN, FAL, light barrel. Most of them that have been in the country till recently were the heavy barrels. This is a special run DSA's doing. They announced it at SHOT Show. The first time I saw this at SHOT Show, I said, I have to have one. I got on there, ordered one, had to wait 5 months, and it's here, guys. The Hebrew Warhammer. Definitely going to do at least 1 or 2 videos on this, guys. I'm kind of excited about it, if you can't tell. But yeah. I've always wanted an FAL, but I always wanted it to be an Israeli. And these light barrels really didn't come in the country till recently, the kits. So with all the milsurps I have, I've never had an FAL, and this is my first one. And this is exactly the country I wanted it to come from. So I'm kind of excited, kind of paid my dues for this gun. Not only did I spend a lot of money on it, but I had to wait for 5 months. But I'll tell you what, it's pretty freaking sweet. So I don't want to spoil it too much, so you guys will still tune into my upcoming videos, but we're going to show this gun more. And yeah, this was kind of my little surprise at the end for you guys, for all of you that were cool enough to keep me up past my bedtime. You guys are going to get me grounded keeping me up this late eventually. I didn't know the street lights were on yet. What are you talking about? I'm not home late. The street lights are on? I didn't know. I mean, there's all these lights in here where I film. How would I know? Let's see here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Apex had the Set Me C barrels and sold out. Hopefully they get more. C308, actually. That's another one we can talk about. I've got a couple of those if you guys are interested in those. What's interesting, Matt, is these kind of were sort of FN originally and the receivers, but then Israel started making more and more of their own parts. But yeah, that's the cool thing about the FAL. There's a lot of variants. But yeah, if you guys are into the Set Me C, I've got a couple kits and a couple of the Century C308s, which I'm not usually big on a Century gun, but I think PTR did so much of it that they're not really half bad, to be honest with you. Galil's expensive to build compared to AKs. Not really. Well, they had those, ATI got in a bunch of kits and those Galileo receivers. It seems like they sold out. So it all depends, man. If you can get them. Like a couple months ago, I would have said, yeah, they've got the kits. They've got the receivers. AIM Surplus had them, but it seems like they kind of sold out. Maybe they'll get round 2. I don't know. They came in and they were gone just so fast, you know? Yeah, the man you wish you were. These guys will fill you in. There's some pretty good dudes in here. Yeah, there's good dudes in here, and then there's Brastard. Oh, wait, no, Brastard's a good dude. He said he's going to do the pond video. I'm sorry, man. He's good again. He's going to show me his pond and his fish. But yeah, Galils are pretty cool too, guys. I really do like them. But yeah, this is what I've been wanting for a while. You'll see more of this later. All right, guys. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm sure you guys are too. It's been fun hanging out with you guys, and I'll have at least one more video out from now till next Friday, maybe 2. You never know. And I'll see you guys next week. Sounds like we have a few topics that you guys would like to talk more about, and I certainly would too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head out. Again, appreciate it. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. So, until next time, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.